Distribution in Germany. In the meantime, microadventures are also known in Germany under the term microadventure. In major cities such as Berlin, Hamburg, Munich, or Frankfurt, the small adventures have been in vogue for several years. The athlete and author Christoph Forster is particularly responsible for this. In 2018, he brought the term microadventure to Germany. Enthused by Humphrey's idea, he decided to spread the concept in German-speaking countries as well. With his books and his project Raus und Machen, he tries to encourage people to have more courage for adventures. Definition and rules. What are microadventures? Now that you know where the term microadventure comes from in the first place, the question is what exactly constitutes a microadventure? As already indicated, the prefix micro means small or small. So basically it is not a large-scale adventure, but the exact opposite. There is no exact definition, but Humphreys describes a microadventure as an outdoor endeavor that is short, simple, spontaneous, inexpensive, but still exciting. You don't need any special equipment for it and thus don't have to put a lot of effort into preparing for your adventure. Another important aspect is that the little adventure takes place close to home. Humphreys is particularly concerned with conveying to people that an adventure does not always have to involve a long journey or traveling by plane. On vacation, most people find it very easy to do something or explore the surroundings at home. On the other hand, we are too lazy and prefer to go about our usual routine. A microadventure is designed to break up this routine. It's about leaving one's comfort zone, leaving the familiar behind, and trying something new. Only when this is given can there be talk of a microadventure. But don't worry, this may sound like a big challenge, but in fact the next adventure is usually much closer than you think. By taking a microadventure close to home, you can then look at your home and surroundings with completely different eyes. In doing so, you can simply take time for yourself, escape from everyday life for a short time, and in particular consciously perceive nature, discover new places, enjoy landscapes, or learn new things about the plant and animal world. 4 important rules. There is not much to consider in a microadventure, as you have just read. There is no set plan for a microadventure. As long as you break out of your comfort zone, it is an adventure no matter how small the undertaking. However, Christoph Forster has put together 4 little rules that he believes every microadventure should follow. 1. Public transport. The first rule states that only public transport should be used for the microadventure. That is, riding a bus or train is not a problem. You can also use a bike. If you are planning a microadventure on the water, you can use a canoe or a stand-up paddleboard. However, your own car should stay at home if possible. Because the adventure should take place near you, traveling by plane is, of course, taboo. 2. Overnight stay outdoors. The little adventure is welcome to include an overnight stay. Humphreys even recommends not only going on a day trip, but also sleeping in nature. Of course, since the microadventure is an outdoor endeavor, the overnight stay should also take place outside. You should therefore avoid a hotel. This may sound a little scary at first, but don't worry. In the course of this guide, you will receive many useful tips about the microadventure, as well as special tips about an overnight stay outdoors. 3. 72 hours maximum duration. Just like everything else, you are of course free to determine the duration of your adventure. A microadventure can last just a few hours, but it can also be 2 or 3 days long. According to Forster, the only important thing is that the undertaking does not last longer than 72 hours in total. 4. Leave no trace. The last and perhaps most important rule is leave no trace. If you take a trip into nature, you should absolutely leave everything behind as it was found. This means that you should make sure to take your trash back home and dispose of it there. Candy wrappers, organic waste, and other trash have no place in nature. Why make a microadventure? One question you may be asking yourself right now is, why should I do such a microadventure? Actually, there are many answers to this question because a small, adventurous venture brings many benefits. Below are some arguments that may convince you to leave your comfort zone.